Have you guys ever wondered what really went down between Nell and LaTisha? I know I did. I just wanted to know what was that tension about at Nell's party? Or I already knew they had tension, but I wonder like what exactly was the breakdown between the two of them that had them kind of tussling in their feelings, not tussling physically, but tussling verbally tussling amongst each other at Nell's party.
You say I'm feisty.
Yeah, because you're feisty.
Well, you don't think you feisty?
No, I do not.
The hell you said? Exactly. The hell you said?
So I came across this article on MSN.com by way of Blacktivity TV. Am I saying that right? So the article talks about how Urban Belle Mag reported that the tension first started or began to show when Tisha asked Nell if she dealt with cheating in her marriage to Chris Fletcher. And for me, I do feel as though that was a little off bounds, a little that would throw anybody off, especially if you're starting to get to know a couple in particular. And I also would not do it when it's my husband and her husband and just kind of putting everybody on the spot and making it awkward. So I'm a little upset with Tisha for doing that as well. But it's also giving that. Remember how offended Kenya had got when Portia had asked Portia and Kenya on Real Housewives of Atlanta when Portia had asked if Kenya was married? It seems like an innocent question enough, but I feel as though Tisha and Portia kind of have a little bit in common, or especially Portia back then. And it's that their identity was revolved around being a wife. So they project everything onto other people, and that's how they see their world. Like their vision is in the eyes and the scope and the lens of being a wife and all things marriage. And I feel like that's why Tisha probably asked Nell that question. It's probably like a harmless question, but I may have waited till I really got to know Nell to ask that and maybe even volunteer why. Because this is what I've been experiencing. We were something like that on some sister girl type time, but I would not ask her that and put her on the spot in that kind of way. And again, we don't know if production put Tisha up to asking that, but even still, like I always say, I feel as though I don't want to. Okay, y'all gonna have to portray me. If I'm gonna be fake on reality TV, I want to be portrayed in the best possible light. So y'all gonna have to give me, I don't know, y'all gonna have to give me a Kimmy edit. Have me be the voice of reason or something every situation and make it make sense. I don't want to be the portrayed as the awkward person asking awkward or weird things. So for me, I feel I can understand why that can cause some tension between Tisha and Nell initially. But like a trooper, it says, Nell answered the question, but she felt like the question came out of nowhere. And it says LaTisha didn't find the question inappropriate, noting she simply was getting to know the couple. Getting to know the couple will be asking questions like, oh, where did you guys vacation last year? Oh, how are the kids? How many kids do you guys have? Where did y'all go on your honeymoon? How do y'all keep the spice in y'all marriage? Do you guys do date nights? And if so, what's your favorite restaurant? That's questions, conversations that I feel like are appropriate when getting to know a person. Infidelity is very hurtful to people. So I don't know why teacher would ask something that will maybe hurts that can kind of be hurtful. And the same thing on the other vein, like I said, with Portia asking Kenya. Portia has to understand like it's single women out here. So everybody doesn't want to be reminded of that. So that may not be the first question that I ask a woman when getting to know them. Like, oh girl, where you get your shoes, where you get your hair done? Keep it very surface level. So I don't know. What do you guys think? This is one of the reasons for the breakdown, or here's this is one of the reasons for the breakdown between Tisha and Nell. But what do you guys think? Do you feel like the question was fine, or do you feel like it was inappropriate? I say it was team inappropriate. Team Tisha, girl, you doing too much. And the next point, it says Nell Fletcher says LaTisha Scott is upset by her defining herself as a mentor instead of a friend. Now this one, their relationship is so, I don't know, because I can kind of see both sides of the coin. So it says that Nell said everyone has been using the word friend loosely and reckless. I made a statement online saying you have your own group of friends. I'm no more than a mentor to you. So this is her talking of Tisha. And I agree. I mean, I'm glad that Nell's making that stance because I don't see Nell and Tisha hanging out in real life. That was kind of my problem with Housewives of Potomac. I would say that. I really couldn't see Ashley hanging out with Karen in real life. It's too much of an age gap, but because they're on the show, we gotta quote unquote act like that we're friends. Now, I'm not saying that older women and young women cannot be friends, but it come on in. We all know why we here. It's because we trying to film this reality TV show. So I appreciate Mel maybe putting that boundary around their friendship. Like, hey, we're not quote unquote friends, but because of where I'm at in my life in comparison to where you're at in life, I'm more so of a mentor. You will look at me as a mentor because that's another thing. A lot of times we become friends with people based off of we both of us being in the same place in life. Not always, not all the time, but generally, we both at the same school, we both had the same job, things like that. So we both had the same marital status. We both have the same responsibilities, whether it's we both have kids or we don't have kids, things like that. So a lot of times people become friends based off of connections, things that they have in common with each other. So maybe Nell just said that because she feels as though like her and Tisha didn't have too much in common with each other at that point. So it says Miss Nell, it says this is Miss Nail. When I made that comment, it was bouncing off of her saying, "Oh my God, you're really sweet. You're the same. You're like a mentor. You're like a mentor in a group." So Miss Nail is saying that it was okay when Tisha said that she was a mentor of the group behind the scenes, but when it came out that Nell said it in front of the camera, let's say, oh, when she said it on social media, now Tisha is mad. So I don't know, Tisha. It's just okay to maybe she wanted people to know that Mel is her friend online. Maybe that seems cooler than saying it behind closed doors. I don't know, but what do you guys think? Honestly, now that I'm talking about the situation between these two, they can really kiss and make up. It's nothing really damaging. It's not Nell's fault that Tisha don't know how to. Sometimes I feel like Tisha don't pay attention to her surroundings or social cues and things like that. So even though she asks if Nell had experienced infidelity, she probably didn't mean anything by it. It's one of those moments where charge it to your head and not your heart kind of thing. That's all I can say. But hopefully they can work through this and not be all little sassy and catty towards each other, and they'll be the best of friends. You know I'm all about peace, y'all. Other than that, let me know what you guys think. Here's another video about Nell and her situation that you can click on and watch. And again, I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.
Met Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent. Met Synquette, man, the girl was heaven sent.